But coaching was demanding and interesting. Then I joined, I started coaching. Because with coaching, you learn every day, not like officiating. There's the rule, you know it, unless it's a new rule or a rule change. But coaching, every player, every team is different. Because they look at you like a leader, like a father, like a big brother, like a problem solver. So coaching was so demanding. Till today, I've stuck to it. Because when you help a player, make him a better human being, it impacts the life of that player and they appreciate.
He coached more teams, such as Barclays Eaglets, who were known as the Stormers.
The schools that I've coached is St. George's, I've coached State House Girls, I've coached Kenya High, I've coached Kerogoya, I've coached Alliance Girls, I've coached Olereto Limuru, Butere Girls, I've coached Bahati, I've coached a bit of Shimba Hills. Those are the schools I've coached.
At St. George's, Juma encountered a girl who had lost her hearing, and thus he was motivated to start deaf basketball for passionate players. In 2006, through communication with Peter Kalei, the chairman of the Deaf Association, he started a basketball game for the deaf.
When I was coaching St. George's, there was one of the girls used to be normal and hearing. So after some time, she developed some problem, then she could not hear. So every time I used to coach, I whistle. She just continues and makes a layup. So she turns and finds people are laughing at her because she can't hear, but she used to hear normal. So that one really tempted me and said, what do the deaf go through? So I thought and I said, because she loved basketball, but she didn't know any deaf that play basketball. There was no deaf league. The only deafs used to do was athletics. So I talked with Peter Kalei, who was the chairman of the Kenya Sports Federation for the Deaf. He accepted, and we started deaf basketball. And also Miriam Opondo, who was based in Mombasa, then came to Nairobi in 2008.
The team played up to Brazil, where they won against the host 98-11. The communication barrier was often a challenge, but through actions and visual refereeing, it was a success. Signs and signals are a necessity in the game.
Part of the dull moments that I have in basketball, I remember coaching hearing was coaching the Eaglets. That was the Storms. There's a time the girls have issues with each other. So you wonder why this girl is not passing to this girl, because they had a problem out. So I lost a championship and a game because of that. And in deaf, it is a communication barrier, because I didn't know the sign language, how to communicate. But the goodness is we understood each other, and once the deaf like you and they absorb you into their culture, you are good to go with them. Deaf basketball is just officiate like normal. The only thing different in deaf is anything you do, any movement means something to them, because they see by vision. They can't hear, they see by vision. Anything you do this, it's like normal basketball. When you officiate, you do this. This means advantage play. You've been fouled, but I leave an advantage play. You still have possession. So in deaf basketball, you do this, they will stop, because this means something to them. So signal and signs means something for the deaf. Use the same basketball rules, you can use even a whistle, but in football they use a flag, because the pitch is big. But basketball, they use a whistle, then you just show your hand or you wave, then they stop and they know.
He coached Eagle Wings, formerly a Telkom team.
I joined Telkom. I coached the late Thomas Olumbo. Then Telkom also pulled out from coaching. Then we formed a team called Eagle Wings.
He played with the team and coached the team together with Nelly.
When we started in 2007, we were number 3. Because Telkom, remember, pulled out around April. The league had started. So as we just sat down, the 3 of us, and thought of a name, then we called the name Eagle Wings, and then we started.
In 2007, the team managed to be number 3. Progressively, they rose to number 2 in 2008. And in the incumbent year, they won the league.
We went for Zone 5, and that was the first time a self-sponsored team to go for a FIBA event tournament, Zone 5 in Rwanda. We went by road. It was so hard, so tiresome. We took like 2.5 days traveling by road. Teams like KPA, KCB, COP all came flying. And with the hard work of the ladies and the good coach we had, Coach Smarts, we won that Zone 5. So we became the first self-sponsored team to win a FIBA event in the world. By grace of God, we talked with the former commissioner of sports, he's called Gordon Oluoch, who was the commissioner, who helped us. Said that as a government, they're not allowed to help clubs, but they can choose few clubs and help. So they chose us from basketball, Team Eagle Wings. Football, they took Gor Mahia. Hockey, they took Sliders. I think it was Sliders. And another men's team rugby, they took Mwamba.
The team lost almost all their games and managed to be number 8 out of the 9 available teams. Juma decided to create his own team based on the positive growth and impact of the team.
So I started from Division 2, that was County League in Nairobi Basketball Association. First year, I lost all, like the first leg.
He pulled players from high school and those that did not meet the criteria for Eagle Wings.
I just started from them from high school. And the few players that did not make it in Eagle Wings, and they were good and young. So I just went to high school, I picked players from high school, and I played.
The team was known as Footprints. In the first league, they lost 6 games but won 4. In the second league, they won 7 games and lost 2.
Then I went to playoffs as number 8. I met KU Oryx. That time they were one of the top teams.
The team proceeded to the quarters against KU and lost their championship opportunity.
So they beat me in the quarters, in the best of 3 series. They beat me 2-1. Then the other year I played well. I reached the finals. I played Ulinzi Blaze. That time Ulinzi Blaze had a ladies team. I played them. I was number 2. And they were taking top 2. So I was supposed to go to Premier.
The team got an opportunity to play at a premium level after securing the second position behind Ulinzi Blaze.
That year I remember I could not go Premier because I was still a self-sponsor and there was no Division 1. And that time I remember the Let Me Shook had rules that all public transport has to wear seat belts. So vehicles were so expensive and there were very few. And so I remained still in the county league.
After grievances and advocacies from the team, the coach took them to the premium level.
I played the other year, I won again. So the ladies were complaining, "Coach, we play so hard, we win. Why can't we go premium?" I'm like, "I don't have funds." I said, no, let's go. We'll try and see and survive. Then I went to premier. So I remember that time when I was, the second time, I played for 3 years and I only lost 5 games. In Nairobi County, Nairobi Basketball League, I lost 2 games. Division 1, I only lost 2 games. And then in Premier, I lost 1 game before I came now eventually to lost.
However, they lost their games at the premium level.
So I had very good players. Some of the players that I started with were Selino Kumu, who plays for KPA and the national team. I had a player like Immaculate. I had a player like Paris Magembe. I had Celio Kumu, the twin sister of Celine. I had Purity Washira. She graduated at UON in law. I had players like, I got a player from Nigeria called Joy Ebere. Because with my network of officiating, players wanted to come and play in Kenya and different countries and try an opportunity. So she came, I took her to Butere Girls to join, so she used to play for me.
In 2013, Juma decided to join UON based on its impeccable players and academic talent.
These players are this good from Nairobi University or Public. How can I make these players better? So I said, the best thing, unless I go to Nairobi University, since Nairobi University have the best talent in terms of academics, and only they lacked is a coach.
He trained the team and it was ready for action after 3 years.
The time I was going, Noella was the captain. No, first it was Joanne. Now she's a doctor in Kisumu. Then became Noella. Then Noella left to Kavata. Kavata left to Anduta. Anduta left to Triza. Triza now has left to Shalom. So we started from, again, county. I won, and still I had footprints in the Premier, but I was still playing county.
The team won on all its levels until the strike at UON, where students were sent home.
Then that year when I lost in the finals, because I was unbeaten, but because University of Nairobi had a strike, that time Ababu Owino, the MP, was the head in the SONU, and he was so powerful. So the school was closed because of strike, either of the students, lecturer strike, subordinate staff. So we played well, we were unbeaten. Come the finals, players were sent home, and most of my players were from out, from Kisumu, Bungoma, Mombasa. So we lost to Safe Space.
In the county league, the team kept losing to Safe Space.
We went for a provincial playoffs where you take all the number 2s in each county where there's a league you play, then they pick the top 2 to come to join Division 1. So I went to Embu. I played in Embu. Then in Embu I lost finally to Anu. Anu were number 3. So Anu and Jekwat were promoted to Division 1. I went to NBA. I played another year, and as I lost most players. They said, "Coach, I cannot play in the county league. I want to play in KBF." So most players left. So I got some students again. I started again slowly. By good of grace, I lost again to Safe Space in the finals.
However, in Kisii, they won their games and were able to play against Strathmore, where they lost to them.
Then that I told the girls, this is the only opportunity we have. We need to play, be number one, go to KBL. We lose this time, we go back to County League. By good luck, we won. Then we were promoted.
In 2017, UON proceeded to play Kusa in Meru.
Dogs. I remember the first game I was given was KPA. KPA were the champs. We lost to like about 56 points. So I told girls, no problem, we'll work. So the first leg, I lost 5 games. I lost to KPA, Equity, Zetech, Strathmore, and Storms. Come second leg, I lost 2 games, only KPA and Equity. Then I made it to the playoffs, top 4. That was one of the greatest achievements I had. And with my girls, I worked with girls like Liz Okumu, Faith Atieno, Shalom Gasheri, Triza Akeo, and Valerie. They were students and they were playing also in the league. So, and University of Nairobi never won any KUSA title, the University League, because most of it used to be won by USIU and Strathmore. Because you know USIU gives scholarships, Strathmore gives scholarships, they take care of the welfare of students.
This was the first time a public university won the title in Kenya, and the team has won every year except 2.
2017, we went to Nyeri to play the KUSA. It was the first time that 2 public universities reached the finals, Kenyatta University, Oryx, and the University of Nairobi Dynamite. And that was the first time we won our title. From there, I won most of the titles. Till this year now, I've lost about 1 or 2. Because you know, with the university players come graduate, when they get experience, they come graduate. Some of them, when they reach 3rd, 4th year, they stop playing basketball, they do other things. So till now, I'm with the University of Nairobi and I'm with Footprints.
Juma has been coaching UON, his Footprint, and the Foundation of Deaf Basketball Players since 2006.
I left for a while and Charles Goro took over for the men, coaching the men, deaf basketball, and Karo Uma took the ladies. Then they went to the 2013 Deaf Olympics that was in Turkey and 2017 Sofia, Bulgaria. Then I came back last year when we were hosting the first Africa Deaf Olympic qualifiers at Kasarani, basketball and football. So the management of the federation thought to change and they called me back. So I went. Then we went to Brazil and we played better because we won 1 game. The first time a team supposed to win an event in an Olympic event was the deaf basketball team. We beat the host Brazil 98-11.
Juma is grateful for his family's support and their continuous motivation during lost games.
I've got great support from my family. My daughter Zuleha, who is the firstborn, she's been of tremendous help to me. She has graduated from USIU. And then there is Ashley, there is Kadrin, there is Ricky, and there is Salim, and then my last-born daughter Raika. Then my wife Jamana, who have been of good support in basketball. Because at times when you come from reffing or coaching, you've lost a game, you feel you're so down. They have really motivated me and to be where I am.
His daughters played basketball up to high school level and grew in their other passions.
My firstborn daughter Zulea played basketball in high school, but later stopped, went to tennis. Ashley also played a bit in Zulea was in St. George's. She played because I was the coach and I put pressure. When she came to university, she stopped. She went to tennis and she likes reading. Ashley also played in Butere Girls because I was there, but when she finished, she's into music and dancing. So maybe the small one, Raika and Ricky, likes basketball. The others, they have never taken into it, which I understood and I couldn't put the pressure because I didn't take boxing. So I understood, I said, I'll support you in any sport you do because that may be your light and your shining star. So only the last one is now interested with basketball and the boy who's in class 6.
He came into our life, a change. Akachange at least akatuonyesha kuna mtu tunazoita baba, of which si hatukuwa na mtu mwenye tunazoita baba, but he is here. Tunaweza mta father, ametupatia fatherly love. He's there when you need him.
Or I knew Zulfa last year when I was coming to do a program here in Isili, because I wanted to use basketball sports to empower the young girls, because I have a ladies team. So when I knew her, I took her to come and join my team and play for Footprints during school holidays. So the reason why I saw a lot of talent in her, and she was a very disciplined and dedicated girl, but I noticed she had some things that were a barrier to her achieving her dream. That's when I came and started working, and I noticed there are many more girls from this region that also need support, mentorship, and also some guidance from people. All I said, I'll come and give the young kids here and the youth a platform to excel and showcase of their talent.
Basketball has allowed Juma to have surreal experiences and meet players such as LeBron James.
When I got my international license in '98 in Joburg, that was an IOC certified. That is a memory that really pushed me. And I remember I arrived my first championship, Africa Junior Championship, 2001, Alexandria, Egypt. Then when I repped the Michael Jordan Classic Tournament in France, where Michael Jordan was there, you know, seeing this the Jordan you see on TV live, that was a big moment. And then also the World School Games that was in Cleveland. The team Cleveland Cavaliers where LeBron James played. And the guy who made me knew him was Ali Sababali of Bion, because they were in the same high school with him in the US. My ladies play in the 2019 league and finishing number 3, being after 25 years. Those are the best moments.
He has often trained the female teams only due to their ease in understanding the game.
The only men's team I've coached was the Stormers a bit, and I've helped Coach Obi in ZTech, because Obi has been one of my best friends that we started with Footprints. Then I took him to Precious Blood Girls, the Router. Then he went to ZTech. So boys have not coached many, because I'm now used to coaching girls and I've understood girls, because girls have a shorter lifetime in sports, because after high school, university, they get married, they stop playing. The girls are fast to get the game, to understand the game as compared to the boys. Although the boys, once they get it, they play it longer than the girls. But the boys take time to understand it, but the girls understand it so fast. So to me, it's an advantage. Since I have most of my kids are daughters, my sisters, I was the only 2 boys, and I grew up with sisters and cousins. I was the only big boy. So that way made me understand, and also coaching girls made me appreciate, understand my wife and my mother and my daughter better.
He is currently training at State House Girls and UON.
In State Houses, there is good talent. I want to support them so that we can get more, because universities get players from high school. So I thought this is a close here. Let me start with them. All you just need is to nurture, search for it, and nurture it. So I've dedicated myself and my students at Nairobi University to come and help them, also about life skills. So I can say in the next 1-2 years, State House will be a powerhouse in Nairobi. Let the girls have a better chance to play and understand basketball will take them far.
The story encompasses a beauty of sports. The doors it opens are based on one's prowess.
I will just urge parents, don't keep away your students, your girls, your boys, your daughter, your son away from sports. Sports plays a key role. Most players that do sports perform well in academics. I don't believe the essence where people say that when you do sports, you'll fail. Somebody will fail because he or she wants to fail. We know doctors that do sports, pharmacists, engineers. So parents support your daughter, your son to do sports. School supports, because I believe not every person in this state house or high school will go to university. But you can make it in football, you can make it in basketball, you can make it in hockey. So let's support sports as we make them disciplined, because these kids and youth have a lot of energy. They can only remove this energy through the fields, because not everybody will be well or excellent in academics.
How it unifies and allows one to scale heights despite one's background.
Sports can take you far. Personally, where sports has taken me, even if I had a PhD, I would have not reached. I've met President Barack Obama in the US in 2010 through Coach Kevin Cook, because Kevin Cook was coaching the daughters, Malia and Ash. So that time he called me, I went, I met him. I've met President Uhuru because of sports. I've met CS Minister Amina, PS, I've worked with government officials because of sports. I've met so many presidents of South Sudan, president of Somalia. The other day I was from Somalia. I went to do a sports program and they gave me a award of a Goodwill Ambassador because I thought if there is peace in Somalia, we'll have peace in Kenya. All those kids want is just a platform to compete like a normal Kenyan youth. Like I was there and another girl just told me, like a 15-year, coach, all I want is just to come and play like a normal Kenyan girl plays in Kenya. It really touched me and I really cried. So that's why I went there. I stayed for 1 month just to teach them about refereeing, because I believe sports is the only thing that unifies and brings people together. Irrespective of the tribe, the religion, the party you support, sports is the only thing that brings us together. Basketball will give you scholarship in university, in high school, can give you employment, it can give you and make you a living, just like in the NBA or basketball played in Europe. Some of the teams here play like KPA, Equity, and it gives you a living. So I can say that take basketball serious, but academics also is the key thing. Because when you get a scholarship, it's a student athletes. The word student comes first. So you have to maintain your grades in academics. Basketball gives that scholarship, but you must maintain the grades.